All right. I'll try not to.
We are now live to the masses and the many and the millions of people, and it's another award-winning. Well, we haven't won any awards yet, but I bet we do at some point.
One day.
Hello, Claudia. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Danny.
You ready to go? You look
Yeah,
bright.
I'm ready
You look
to go.
cheery. I don't know how you can contain yourself. You got your big anniversary extravaganza.
Oh, we're excited. 33
Yeah.
years. We're very grateful. We've been in business 33 years. And, every day we thank everybody walking through the doors. And we have a great team. And you put it all together.
Yeah,
And here we
nice.
are 33 years later. So,
all right, we have an exciting show set for today. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get after it.
all right.
Good Health by Claudia podcast with me, Denny Schaefer, a production of Denny Radio. This is episode 54.
Woohoo!
Be kind to your liver. And we're going to talk about the anniversary extravaganza going on this weekend at Claudia's Health Foods by Claudia. All right, the disclaimer, of course, we got to take care of the legal suits. The information contained in these podcasts is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or health condition. Please consult a qualified healthcare professional if you do have a medical condition.
Yes.
The FDA has not evaluated the information on this podcast, which represents the opinions of the hosts and the guests. And there you go. We're done with that. All right. Before we talk about my fatty liver, which I'm sure I got a fatty liver. Do you remember telling me to pick this stuff up last week?
Yeah.
Salve.
Yeah.
So I had a blister. I had a splinter because I was burning some brush and I got a sliver. And first off, I did what most men do. I grabbed some tweezers and I'm trying to gouge it out and it's not working. And then I remembered there was a product that I could use where it would become effortless. I called you. You told me what to get. I went to the store. I picked it up and I was telling coworkers, I told them about this and I said, well, why don't you just gouge it out? I said, why am I going to do that? Risk infection and all kind of problems.
Right.
So I put a couple dabs on, put a Band-Aid on it. About 36 hours later, I take the Band-Aid off and you can't really see it in my hand. Maybe you can. That little mark right there.
Yeah.
The camera stinks. That is where it used to be.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. I pulled the Band-Aid off and you could see it up.
It was on the Band-Aid.
I grabbed the tweezers and bam. So thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.
You're awesome and you're a very smart woman.
Well, but remember, that's the beauty of what we're teaching people. We're here to guide, and it takes an individual the willingness to do it. And that's what you did, and you saw the great results. So good work.
All right. Today I'm excited because, well, there's a lot of things. We're doing a twofold podcast today. So you people that are tuning by, listen, if you have any questions or comments, just write them up in the comment section. I will ask Claudia or our guest, and that's how we'll do it. We're going to be talking about the anniversary show. That's going to be the second half of the podcast.
Yes.
Which I will be making an appearance on Sunday.
Yay.
Because there's going to be a bunch of reps. It's going to be very, very exciting. I'm going to harass Claudia. We'll be doing a lengthy Facebook Live. So it's going to be great. So if you're thinking about coming to the store this weekend, Sunday, 1:00, it's going to be a great celebration of 33 years of your hard work, your dedication, and the importance of what your store has meant to the community. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, thank you.
We're going to start out with our first guest, Brendan Gaughran. He focuses on primarily gut health, liver health, endocrine system. Is that how you say that? Endocrine?
Endocrine, yeah.
Endocrine system. Okay. Adrenal fatigue. He's the founder of Liver Medic, which manufactures proprietary liver and digestive supplements. Let's welcome Brendan to the broadcast. Hello, Brendan. Welcome to our podcast.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks very much for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course. We're thrilled you're here.
We are. And I guess I got to ask the obvious question. When I think of liver, I think of, better back off the booze. I mean, I think a lot of people connect beer or alcohol and liver, but it's more than that. Explain to me what led you to go down this path of liver health.
Yeah, sure. As a matter of fact, I would say probably 30 or so years ago, that used to be the majority of folks who were having liver issues. were the people who were drinking too much. And so a lot of times we end up getting people who call up the company, or, they go into a health food store and they say, well, my doctor tells me I've got a liver issue and he tells me to stop drinking and I don't even drink.
Right.
So that's number one. So let's dispel that myth right away. So 75% of folks with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease are actually, it's food induced.
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing you got to know is it's a breakdown of the gut first that leads to the liver issue. Okay, so that's number one. And if you want some statistics on this, it's very interesting because they parallel each other, right? So we've got a third of folks in the US that have liver problem, and that could be anywhere from non-alcoholic fatty liver disease to liver failure. 50 million people a year die from liver disease. Okay, so this is not a small problem. It's huge,
Right.
and it's gaining speed.
Yes.
So this is the reason that I got involved in this, because I really wanted to make a big impact in the nutraceutical space, and I wanted to do it in such a way. I wanted to combine ingredients to really address this problem. And I thought, what's the biggest problem people are having? And it's the silent killer. That's what I refer to as liver disease, because most of the time people don't realize it's happening because there are no nerve endings in the liver. So I don't know if that answers some of the questions that you had, but
no, that does. But I mean, what would be the symptoms that I'm looking for where I would need to go in and talk to Claudia and make some serious changes in my life?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. So I'm going to list them. So obviously, if you go in to see a doctor, they're going to do a blood panel. They'll look for elevated liver enzymes. Anyone who has type 2 diabetes or is pre-diabetic, because that liver is helping to regulate that whole process. People who are suffering from chronic fatigue, people who have abdominal pain, yellowish skin or eyes, that's sort of an obvious one, fluid retention, no symptoms as we discussed, and then common deficiencies, B12, iron, and vitamin D, excuse me. So those are kind of the ones that we would identify as the big red flag items.
Yeah.
All right, Claudia, tell me how
And-
you met Brendan and talk about some of the amazing products.
Well, we met actually this year at a trade show, and I was thrilled to meet him. We just connected right off the bat. I mean, he's got a great vibe, and he's very knowledgeable, and just so it's I was very happy to meet him because we educate all day long about human health, the body, what have you, but we talk about the liver and the biliary system quite a bit.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about before we came on, I mean, we used to very rarely get somebody through the store with a fatty liver. It's weekly now. It's unbelievable what we're seeing. I mean, everything, all the imbalances are increasing. And I think it's fair to say we're seeing this problem because Western medicine is not doing anything to address underlying factors. They're chasing symptoms, and that's where the money is being made. So they're really at this point impeding good health in the United States. So we're grateful they come into health food stores and, learn from people like Brendan and all of us that are doing this. So it's a serious problem, and we're seeing it on the rise. And again, a lot of people coming in, they've never had alcohol is not their issue. So the liver is the workhorse of the body. I mean, every part of the body is important, but the liver is an amazing organ. It's the only organ that can actually rejuvenate itself. So it's a very powerful organ. It does many, many things. Brendan, why don't we talk about some of the basics of what it's responsible to do? And that's why we always tell people, please be kind to your liver, because it's a very important organ. And if you're kind to it, it will be good to you. So
Agreed. Yeah. And I came from the pharmaceutical industry before I had my come to Jesus moment, which didn't take very long. So I've been in the nutraceutical industry for now 25 years. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. So over 500 chemical reactions can be attributed to the liver. It regulates the endocrine system, which is basically all your hormones.
Yeah.
So those folks that are suffering from adrenal fatigue is kind of the obvious one. Thyroid issues are another one that commonly comes up. That's connected to liver health. For people who are concerned about the foods that they eat, the toxins that they're taking in, the toxins that not only are they ingesting, but they're putting on their skin. How do those things get resolved? Well, it all becomes the responsibility of the liver ultimately.
Yes.
So again, if you have a liver that cannot perform those activities, those toxins build up, and that's a big problem. And that can create cardiovascular issues. It obviously creates inflammatory issues. It is an aging process. So everything that we discuss, well, you should increase your antioxidant load. You should eat better. You should decrease the amount of toxins that you're taking into your body. Those are the things that keep you healthy. It keeps your immune system in check. That all has to do with the liver. So in my opinion, if you want to be healthy, everything begins and ends with the liver. And that's the way I used to think for a long period of time. Still do, but I'm going to add something to that. And that is, if your liver is sort of the castle to your health, the drawbridge is the gut. And so if you don't have a healthy gut, you are allowing all of the toxins to come into the liver and essentially destroy your health. So that's why we ended up going into liver and digestive health, because we just simply couldn't ignore it anymore.
So are you saying whatever we put into the gut affects not only the brain, Claudia, but the kidney? Because that's one of Claudia's mantras. Whatever goes into the gut goes to the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Claudia.
No, Dana, you said kidney, but I think you meant liver, right?
That's what I meant.
That's what you meant. Okay.
Liver.
Liver.
Sorry, kidney's a whole nother show. We're doing liver today because it's coming up on the holidays, and a lot of people are going to abuse their liver. Let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And I think this is, it probably dovetails with what we were discussing earlier, which, the conventional medicine can't address this issue. Well, why can't they address this issue?
Exactly.
Because they live at the feet of the pharmaceutical industry, and the pharmaceutical industry can't. This is a problem that they can't resolve, because any drug that is taken into the body must be neutralized by the liver. So it's almost like, you're trying to solve a liver chemistry by throwing something in there that complicates liver chemistry. It can't be done.
Right. Exactly.
So like Claudia, you've one of the first things you put me on, and pretty much anybody when they want to go down this path, is a probiotic. So if somebody has liver issues, tell me what product you would, guide me to.
Well, so one of the products that I brought today that Brendan makes, which I think is a great product.
Yeah, hepatic.
It's fatty liver cleanse. So this is a great formula. You've put some of the very important liver supportive products in this one product. So, over the years, when we look at liver health, we do, NAC, milk thistle. I'm a fan of lecithin. I think it's very important for liver health.
I agree.
So I do like that. But you've got alpha lipoic in here, and you've got berberine, which is, of course, a lot of people are now learning about berberine. Right. There's a lot of research being done on it. So I like this product because you've put a lot of important things in one product, which is very good.
Yeah. So let me talk. So that's our flagship product. And that was the first product that we came out with. And what I wanted to do was, okay, so I'll back up for a little bit. So when I was looking around and I saw, family and friends and, what was everybody having an issue with? Obviously I identified the liver as an issue. So then I would go out to my physician network and I'd say, well, what are you telling folks? And they said, well, we don't really have anything for them. We tell them to go on metformin. That really doesn't work. And then we tell them to clean up their diet. That doesn't work. I said, well, so what ends up happening? Well, it gets progressively worse. And then we eventually have to discuss more invasive, let's say, procedures, which everyone wants to avoid, right? So when I was taking individuals out to, the health food stores, you'll end up, going broke, buying different ingredients to address all of these issues. So I've done the research, looked at all the white papers, figured out all the biochemical cascades, because they're rather complicated, and it's all captured within the conjugation or detox phase of the liver. That's where people are getting stuck. So what do you have for that? Well, you got to have milk thistle. And you got to standardize that because it oscillates in nature. So we have silibin in there, and we have it at 10 times the normal rate of what you would find it in regular milk thistle. You got NAC. Emergency rooms keep that around in case anyone comes in with taking drugs, and it could be a potential liver failure issue. Phosphatidylcholine. Choline's real important. Methionine. Methionine is really important. All of these cycles, you can get stuck at any one of these. We've addressed all of them with hepatibin, and that's the focal point. That was the point of it.
Wow, I could see why that's your rock star. Now, Claudia, this is the part of the podcast where I tell you to take the product
and put it in Denny's pile.
Put it in Denny's pile so Denny can start this new supplement as soon as I come into the store. So thank you, Brendan. I love it.
You're very welcome. And one more point, take it at night because the liver is most active at night.
Yes, that's what we
now it doesn't keep you up though, right?
Does not keep you up. No, television and the computer do that. Not the product.
Well, I get up at 3:05 in the morning because I do a morning radio show. So my Fanny is usually in bed by 7:30, and I can't take anything that's going to keep me awake. So, all right, cool. I look forward to that. What else do you have, Claudia?
That was it, because I knew this was going to be a little bit of a shorter segment, but there's so much more to talk about. And Brendan, we're looking forward to the next time you come on. As I said, it'll probably be the beginning of the year when everybody's junked out and they're miserable from all the goodies and the sugar and the alcohol and the partying.
So we can definitely address that.
And then we'll get more into a deeper dive, because this conversation deserves more conversation. So
get no argument from me. Yeah, I appreciate being on.
Well,
now they know what to take before they go into the holidays too.
Exactly.
Well, see, that's the thing right there. This is like you take care of your health, especially going into this time of the season, because we're going into eating and partying season, and the more tools we can put in people's toolboxes. So definitely stop into Claudia's this weekend and pick this up.
So with this product, Brendan, you're suggesting 4 capsules is 1 serving. Is that correct?
Yeah, for those individuals who've been diagnosed with a liver issue, absolutely. For those people who are just looking to maintain their overall health, I say take 2 at night. So
that's what okay, good. That's what we're going to suggest. And so for now, that's it. And there's a lot more to come. Brendan, you're a sweetheart. Appreciate you coming on with us today.
You guys are the best.
Thanks for, doing a quick little thing. And next time it'll be lengthier, and we've got a lot to talk about. So, and hopefully next year you'll be at the anniversary.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be there. There's no doubt about that.
It's always the second weekend of November.
Yep. And next year we're going to have ponies. We're bringing ponies in next year, aren't we, Claudia?
Well, I don't know.
Definitely.
All right, Brendan. Thank you so much.
Brendan,
we appreciate
thank you.
Well,
many blessings. Thank you so much.
All right, that was really good stuff there, Claudia. As always, this is a great lead into what's going on this weekend, the 33rd anniversary of the store. Now, did you ever see that it would last like this and grow like this and become what it's become?
I mean, that was my vision and my prayer and my hope, and that's everything that we've worked towards. So, as I said, every day we're grateful. We don't take it lightly, and everyone that comes through our doors are very important to us. So, we just, let's face it, life unfolds one day at a time, right? And all we can do is do our best to stay on track, follow our heart, keep our vision. When I first started the store, I had $500 in my pocket, and everybody was saying, "Oh, you're going to be out of business in a year." And I'm not one to listen to negative people. They're not in my world. It's not my thing. I think there's a lot of unnecessary negativity out there, and the people that, when we can learn to be positive and believe in ourselves and keep our faith, and just walk each day and where our heart is, beautiful things can unfold. And so here we are 33 years later. And of course, in business, we've been through ups and downs. We've had our share of ups and downs in life. But here we are, and just counting our blessings every day.
Amy put up a comment. Very good information. She just shared it with family and friends. Yes, we always encourage people to share the podcast.
Yes, thank you.
And she said she will be there on Saturday. She's coming in Saturday. Can't wait to see. Oh, come on, Amy. Come in on Sunday at 1:00. That's when I'm going to be there. There might be a pony. Oh, no, that's next year. All right. Tell us about our next guest who's going to help us celebrate and talk about your anniversary.
So Jesse Miller we've been friends for many years. He's been in the industry, I forget how many years, 30 years or something. And Jesse is a wonderful, wonderful person, heart of gold, very intelligent. And something that I've always respected about him is that he's in our industry, but he wraps his heart around it. He walks it. He's not just out selling stuff. He lives it, just like Brendan. He lives it. They put their heart and soul into it. And that's the kind of people I like, connecting with. So Jesse he's a dear friend.
And there he is.
And there he is. Hi, Jesse.
Now that is a man's beard right there, my man.
Can we hear you? Can we hear him?
I don't hear him. Rob, you were supposed to check his mic to make sure that he was not muted. So let me text my tech guy.
Hold on a minute, Jesse. We can't hear you.
Hear him.
But you look wonderful.
Yeah, you sure do.
Yes.
Check your settings and make sure that your mic is unmuted, because on my end it doesn't look like you're muted. So it looks like we should be able to hear you. But man, he does look good. Love that beard.
Yeah. He's always had long, beautiful, healthy hair. Can anything?
No.
Oh boy, we can't hear him.
Well, a button must have gotten pushed. Let me check from my end. No, his mic is not. It's there, but it's not.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Well.
So I tell you what, I'm going to take him out and have him talk to Rob and see if those two can't work it out. Maybe they can't. I don't know. Rob's our tech guy. And
hopefully they'll be able to.
And then give me a thumbs up if you got your mic working, because I know that beard has a lot to say. So what's your relationship with Jesse? I mean, what is he? What part of the store is he played?
So Jesse has been a rep for different companies in our industry over the years, and now he owns his own brokerage. So he has certain companies that he works with, and he sends reps out to the stores. So, but he comes in our store. Actually, he'll be there tomorrow with an educator from Jaro. So Jesse is he's all about education, and he's all about heart and soul.
So will he be there this Saturday or Sunday for the anniversary?
And he's been at many, many, many of our anniversaries. That's one of the things I was going to ask him. He's been around for many years, but unfortunately he's not able to be with us this weekend. So, and we'll miss him dearly, but that's why I thought we'd have him on today. But if we can't get the microphone going, well, we'll have to.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
Let me know when you have it fixed.
So the anniversary, as we said, it's always the second weekend in November, and it's a 2-day event. And we have reps that come in from all over the United States, from many different companies. We have food all over the store to sample, a lot of great sales. And I don't know, I had sent Rob a video of, you there? No, you're not there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's still not working. Still not working.
But I had sent Rob a video to show. I don't know if he's going to, now that we don't have sound with Jesse, but the companies send us samples, and they send us gift baskets, and we raffle them all off. All you have to do is be present in the store on Saturday or Sunday. We pull there it is. We pull the
here's the video. Is this from last year?
No, this is what we just are putting out.
Oh, that's very cool.
Oh yeah, there's so many beautiful gifts, and we give them all away. And so after Sunday, usually on Monday, Tuesday, we start pulling names, and people come in to get their gift baskets, and they're beautiful, beautiful baskets that they send.
So no purchase necessary. You can just come in and fill it out.
No purchase necessary, and you don't have to be. You have to come in the store to put the raffle ticket in the raffle box.
Right.
But you don't have to be there when we, present to win.
Right.
So
we just call. You'll just call them, whoever wins that thing.
You there?
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
you're
So
not there.
frustrating. I don't know. Something's muted on your end because
Yeah,
it's not my
sorry,
end.
Jesse. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. We'll have you on again when we
Yeah, well,
actually
we'll
can
have
hear
to
you.
because I feel like we missed out on something,
Yeah,
like something really awesome. I mean,
he's
I know that
he's
beard's got
awesome.
stories and that
Uh,
long hair. He's got like Fabio hair.
oh,
I mean,
his
I want to
hair is
talk to this
gorgeous.
cat.
Always has been.
All right. Well, if you and Rob can work it out, we'll try it again at some point. But anyway, so you're going to have huge basket giveaways. You're
Yep,
going to, having a ton of, food samples and things like that,
yep.
and a
And
lot
the
of
and
different reps.
the main and I forgot to bring a flyer that we pass out at the store. The grand prize for the 2-day event is a $350 gift certificate to our store.
Oh, wow.
That's what we've done all these years. People love it. Everybody wants the gift certificate, but if they don't get it, they're always happy with the basket they get. But that's the grand prize, $350 gift certificate to our store. So it's very cool.
So do you draw that on Sunday while people are there or what?
No, because there's so much going on. There's just
Yeah.
so
Too
much,
much chaos. You got to
it's a
sort it
lot.
out.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of, a lot of laughter. That's
Good.
something that really warms my heart at the store. On any given day, you can hear people laughing
Yeah.
in our store. And I love that because you don't always get that in every store that you visit. And certainly people that are shopping on the internet, they're missing that beautiful interaction with people. So I love when people gather at our store. A lot of customers have become friends over the years. We have a beautiful community of people, and we're very, very grateful.
So it's 33 years. Do you still have people coming in from year one?
We do. We do.
Isn't
Yes.
that amazing?
It is, and it's such an honor. And of course, those are all, many people when I worked at Bassett's all those years followed me to the store. So we
Right.
had, a lot of those customers are now in their 90s, they're close to 100. We're losing some, we're losing some of them, but I always tell them that I have great respect for them because they were the original health nuts, and that's something to be proud of. Everyone over the years, people have been ridiculed that become mindful about what they eat. People want to tease them and call them names. And it's like, you know what? Everyone should be a health nut. They're the smart ones because nobody wants to feel crummy and get sick.
Right.
So the people that come in, and of course, there's some now that you and I are doing this. I think, oh, I wish they were still around to interview them because they have quite amazing stories. But so we have people that have been with us from day one, and we're very grateful.
And so the people that may not be able to make it this weekend, but at least on Sunday, we'll be doing some Facebook Live. So we'll bring it to you wherever you are.
Yeah.
And we'll be interviewing some of your reps that are going to be in there. Any idea how many reps are coming on Sunday?
Boy, 8, 10 or
Oh,
more.
wow.
And
Okay.
so we get a very good turnout. It's like a small trade show. And customers love it. There's sample bags, and as I said, there's food everywhere to sample. And Jim always makes a big pot of wonderful chili that everybody looks forward to. We use our good, beautiful grass-fed beef, and everything is organic in it. And it's always been a big hit. So people come in looking for the chili.
And you're going to be doing some specials, right? On different
Oh,
items.
absolutely. Yep, absolutely. We have great deals all over the store, and we really work on having great savings throughout the store every day of the year. But for the anniversary, companies oftentimes kick in extra. We pass it on to our customers. So it's exciting. We have on Sunday we'll have a functional medical doctor that she came in and introduced herself to me about a year ago. And she wanted to get out of the pharmaceutical side of it and go more into functional and holistic, which I have great respect for the doctors in this country that are doing that. There's more of them doing it. It's a beautiful thing. They're getting tired with the revolving door of sickness too, because they see it all day long. So a lot of people, I think, are reaching a limit of getting caught in this disease care system. They want true health. They know where to find it. They know it's not going to be within the medical field, unfortunately. So we're grateful that they come into the store. And as we have docs that come in and say, hey, we're getting more into herbology and all these things, we embrace them dearly. So we'll have some nice, some good stuff.
Well, I just hope that more people listen to their conscience, especially in the healthcare industry, because it's a big fat lie. What's going on? People are not treating. They're putting a Band-Aid on their health, and I'm not saying healthcare or doctors, they want to do this, but we know big pharma, what they're in it for. They want sick people.
Absolutely.
And the sicker people are, the more money they make.
Yep.
The next person who has to take chemo, the next person who's got to take an outrageously expensive pharmaceutical, they're happy because they're getting paid. And sadly, and this is what people say to me, yeah, isn't that stuff expensive? You're going to, okay, so can you put a price on what it would cost if you had to spend a week in a hospital? I mean, do you know how much it is to go see my doctor just for a regular checkup? It's $190.
Right.
I can get an awful lot of supplements from Claudia's store for $190.
Well, but not only that, something we've been reminding people all these years, especially with food, with groceries, when people look at the dollars they're spending on pop and junk, chips and whatever, donuts and whatever junk they're eating, it's usually a lot of money, but they're not looking at it like that. So, everyone, we've learned over the years, everyone prioritizes what they like, what's important to them. We're teaching people, prioritize your health. Western medicine puts it at the bottom rung of the ladder because the money is being made from chronic sickness. So, we teach people, prioritize it, bring it up. It should be the top everything, especially, and you hear me say this a lot, with the way that people are feeding children. There is no reason there should be junk in the schools. There's no reason there should be junk in the hospitals. I have a dear friend that's in the hospital, and I've been with her the last couple of days. You walk through the hospital, there's junk, pop, and just it's shameful, really. If we're going to talk about getting healthy, then we have to be serious about it. And this idea of now that, Western medicine is trying to tell everybody that good health has something to do with pharmaceuticals. Good health has nothing to do with pharmaceuticals. The other day we had somebody in, they were put on some time ago, they were put on a blood sugar pharmaceutical, told them they put them on before they even needed it and said it would help them not get type 2 diabetes. Well, the person came into us very sick, and we're teaching them how to change their diet and the supplements to support the pancreas and the liver and all these things. So, it's how we choose to look at it. And of course, us weirdos in health food stores, us health nuts, we choose to prioritize our health. So, and it's not to say that people won't get sick. But I learned many, many, many years ago from some very wonderful, wonderful, brilliant people in our industry. It's not about how we get sick. It's about how we address it.
Right.
It's not about being sick. It's about what do you do to help yourself get better. And either you go pharmaceutical, and again, we always say this, there are times when people need a drug. I'm not going to say that drugs are not needed, but what we're talking about is the abuse of pharmaceuticals. And this is a conversation in its own that we're going to have in the future. We have people that are coming, that I'm scheduling to come on that really will delve into the legalities of what we're up against and all these things that are being done to a lot of people that are being harmed and they have no recourse.
It's the biggest lie in America.
It's very
sad. It really, truly is. And we are going to break it down in the weeks and the months. And I can't wait for that. It's why we started this podcast.
Exactly.
And now we're 54 episodes in, and probably, soon as we get some people lined up and soon as we can start exposing the big lie, people need to share this podcast. Now, listen, before we're done and I give you the last word, and I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Amy says she will be there on Sunday. So that'll be awesome, Amy. Good luck. Good. It'll be good to see you. And Dot says, I wish I lived closer. I love you too. Heart emoji.
Well,
She
thank
says,
you.
I just lost a cousin to fatty liver disease, not an
Oh,
alcohol drinker.
well, there you go.
Not, I'm telling you, we're worth the road trip, especially this weekend. Take a road trip, come to Toledo, go to Claudia's. All right. I just want it to be known. Listen, I've been very abusive with my health and my body in my 64 years. I met Claudia in the late 90s, and in the 2000s, things started to change for me. And then when I moved away, and I still kept up my vitamins and that, I didn't necessarily eat the right stuff. And then since I moved back to the Toledo area and we've started this podcast over a year ago, I mean, listen, I'm not perfect. I don't eat clean every day, all day. I just don't. But the difference is when I go to a restaurant and before I go, I
Right.
will check a menu to see, what they have on the menu as opposed to just taking whatever's there. So I start thinking about what I'm putting
Yes.
into my body. I never did that before. It was just like, feed me. Now I think about what I'm putting into my body. Listen, Monday through Friday, I do pretty good. Weekends, not as good as I would like. But the point is you start thinking about it
Yes.
and you go in, and I love your mantra. And this is why I love you. You don't call for cut everything out and just shock your body with tons of supplements and
Yeah, we don't do that.
and special food and diet. You don't do any of that. You're
Yep.
baby steps.
Yep.
One supplement at a time.
Right.
Change this part of your diet. When I started eating my blood type, the reason why it was so successful is because I stopped all processed sugar for like 6 weeks. And the weight just fell off me, and I've been able to keep it off. This is the first diet, and I've probably been on, and it's not a diet, it's a
It's
lifestyle.
not a diet, it's a lifestyle.
It is. And
Right.
I've probably been on 15 diets in my lifetime, and I always balloon up to 250, 255 pounds. And then I get on this diet and get all mad and angry at myself, and I get down to 200. And then I go back up and I play. I've been at the same weight for a year now. I've never done that. And it's
Yep.
because of what I'm learning through the podcast and the education I'm getting from you and your staff at the store. So I'm very excited for your 33rd anniversary
Thank you.
sale and store and celebration. I wish there was a pony, but there's no pony this year. What about a bouncy house? Can I get a bouncy house?
Well, we could put it out in the parking lot.
I want a bouncy house. All right. Anyway, thank you, Claudia, for what you do. The community's
Well,
excited
thank
and behind you. Okay.
Thank
What
you,
does she
Jenny.
say? Can people get off metformin? METFORMIN. Are you familiar with that?
We never, we're not there to tell people to get off of meds. We're there to teach people how to rebuild their health.
Yeah, that's more of a
So,
doctor question there, Dawn.
well, so, there's a lot of beautiful things that support the pancreas. And the more that people learn to take the stress off their gut, which is where everything begins, so this is the way we approach it. So,
Stop in, Dawn. We'll have a
yeah,
conversation. Or Claudia will.
just have her come in and we'll do what we,
Maybe
talk
this
about
weekend.
what
All
we
right.
talk
Saturday.
about.
What are the hours on Saturday?
So we are 9 to 6 Saturday, 11 to 5 on Sunday.
All right. And I'll be there
And
Sunday at 1 looking for the bouncy
wonderful,
house.
wonderful.
It'll be fun. All right. Great job as always, Claudia. And I am going to give you the last word.
Well, thank you. And Denny, I just want to say, I respect and appreciate what you're doing. You're embracing what we're talking about, what you're learning. And as I said earlier, that's what it takes. It's teamwork. We're not there to dictate to people. We're there to educate and share almost 50 years of knowledge and I've worked with hundreds of thousands of people, and that's truly how you learn about natural health. And you're embracing it, and I respect it because that's what it takes. The only person that can take care of our own health truly is us. That's it. And Western medicine has taught everyone to be dependent on everybody. Well, you go to a doctor, you get a diagnosis, and hopefully they partnership with you to learn how to get back into a balance, into good health. And that's what we teach people. It's all about balance. So everybody, just being mindful each day about what we eat and what we choose to put in our body and what we're choosing to use in our home and all these different things that we're doing. It's about just being mindful and caring about our health. And you know, it's important to me that we reteach children. Children are being taught the wrong thing about health. There's way too many kids on pharmaceuticals. It's awful. It's terrible. I don't think there's any other generation. Certainly when we were growing up, we didn't have a bunch of kids on, you know, meds for their stomach and meds for headaches and meds for depression. And it's awful what we're seeing. So that's always my inspiration and my hope and my prayer is that we as the adults of this country can move forward, get it together, and do it for our children because they deserve that, man. So at any rate, all of that said, we appreciate all of you. You know, support each in in becoming mindful in how you eat every day, how you feed your children. Support each other. It's a beautiful way of showing someone that you care. My mother always said, food is about love, and I truly believe that. So share the love, keep the faith. Hope to see you this weekend, and good health and many blessings to everyone. Thank you. Peace.